And a good evening to you from Legion Collegiate Academy in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Today on YouTube, it's the 2022 East Coast Basketball League Southern Conference Finals. Today it's the 7-7 Carolina Crusaders taking on the 12-3 Carolina Thunder. Hi everybody, Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Let's meet the starting lineups for both of these teams. First for the Crusaders and head coach Justin Dorsett. Starting today is number 3, DeJuan Harris. Number 4 is Rob Whitfield. Number 13 is Ryan Scott. Number 22, Cornelius Reynolds. And number 24 is Quan Prowl. Now the starters for the Carolina Thunder and head coach Sebastian Page. It's number 3, Titus Gary. Number 4, Daniel Quarles. Number 11, Dion Berrien. Number 22, DJ Mason. And number 24 is Petrell Rogers. That's the starting lineups for both of these teams. Well, the Carolina Crusaders, how did they get to this point? They won against Coastal Elite in the first round by 16, 123-107, and then they did the unthinkable. That's right, they beat the primetime players in the semifinals last weekend, 125-103. Meanwhile, the Thunder, they took down Florence by 4 in the first round, 124-120, and then beat Charlotte, very good Charlotte team, 124-118 in the semifinals last weekend. So, both of these teams knocking off some really good, talented teams here in the Southern Conference, earning their place in this championship game. And for the first time ever in the East Coast Basketball League, we're going to have a different champion as the primetime players were knocked off by the Crusaders last weekend. So the Thunder in the black jerseys with the Thunderbolts and the streaks of lightning in the blue and orange. Meanwhile, the Crusaders are in the gray and blue with the red trim. It'll be Quarles and Prowl to tip it up as we're just about set to go in our final of a doubleheader. Petersburg won the Mid-South Conference Finals over Hickory just a little bit ago, so congratulations to the Cavaliers. Winner of this game will play the winner of that game for the South Championship. We'll be right back here at Legion Collegiate Academy on Saturday next week. Offensive rebound, here's Scott. Pull up on the baseline, missed it long. Rebound controlled by Berrien. So both teams come up empty on their first possessions. Here is Rogers now for the Thunder. This is a Carolina Thunder team, much like Petersburg, who we saw win earlier, trying to get over that hump. They've been to the conference finals many times and just always falling short. Berrien misses on the 3. Carolina Crusaders trying to get on the board here as we're a minute in. Neither team yet to scratch. Harris attacks, swings it out to Scott. Scott fakes the 3, attacks off the back iron. Tip for the rebound. It's Mason collecting for the Thunder. And Titus Gary will walk it into the forecourt. The 10th leading scorer in the ECBL, Titus Gary, at 28.5. Over a double team, Petrell Rogers gets it to go, averaging just a shade under 23 a game during the season. So first bucket by the Thunder. Harris swings it out. Reynolds attacks, can't get it to go. Rebound controlled by DJ Mason, who's 12th in rebounding in the ECBL at 12.5. Of course, Daniel Quarles is in the top 10. He's 8th with 13.2, so very good rebounding Thunder team as Titus Gary goes to the hoop. 4-0 Carolina Thunder. Whitfield. Reynolds. So Reynolds runs out of room, and the Crusaders turn it over. Gary walks it into the forecourt. He'll pull up for 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Scott. Scott takes it right side. Hand off to Whitfield, who misses on that three, and then DJ Mason has another rebound. So cold shooting at the start for the Crusaders, 4-0 Thunder. We're about 3 minutes in. Mason right of the lane, into the lane, scoops it, no, but it's tipped up and in by Quarles. Quarles, Gary, and Rogers all with a field goal each for the Thunder, who lead at 6-0. Scott, Prowl, pass juggled Harris. It was tipped, and Carolina Crusaders going to save possession by calling for time. They'll have 8 to shoot when we come back, 8:47 to go. We're just underway in the Southern Conference Finals. Crusaders basketball with 8 on the shot clock. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. This Carolina Thunder team coming in very hot, including the playoffs. They've won their last 6 in a row, 10 of 11. 5 of their last 6 wins by 6 points or less, though. So they've been in competitive games as Harris misses for the Crusaders. So Crusaders still being blanked. Oh, Berrien, beautiful crossover in the triple. Dion Berrien, 32% three-point shooter, former UNC Pembroke player. Harris is grabbed by Quarles. First foul of the game. 9-0 Thunder. Carolina Thunder won both meetings against the Crusaders this year. One was a blowout, 156-118. That was back on April 24th as Prowl rims it in, and finally the Crusaders get on the board. On the 15th of May, the game was much closer, but the Thunder did win 121-118. Rogers poked from behind, recovers, then stripped again. Whitfield takes it away. Out to Harris. Harris ran into his own man. There was a whistle blown, but what was the call? It looked like he might have shuffled his feet when he ran into his own player, and the officials are going to talk about it. Might just end up being an inadvertent whistle as they were about to call a charge and then realized, oh yeah, all he did was charge his own guy. So I think it's going to stay with the Crusaders here. And just an inadvertent whistle there. So Whitfield inbound. Here's Scott, top of the key. Gets a screen, goes to the hoop. The reverse, no. But Ryan Scott is fouled. Got some basketball genes in that family, Ryan Scott. Son of D3, Dennis Scott. Dennis, if you're watching, and send this tape out to Turner. Get me out of these high school gyms, Dennis. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever see me on national television in any capacity, start to repent. The end would be near. Ryan Scott gets the first free throw to go. 6-point lead for the Thunder. So Scott gets them both. He's on the board, averaging 28 a game. Really good player, like I said. Good genes in that family. Rogers now to Knox, who's early off the bench for Sebastian Page. Free ball by Gary off the mark. So here come the Crusaders. Harris looking to attack. Reynolds now will attack and he'll score. Cornelius Reynolds, 8.5 points per ball game. Scores the field goal, 6 straight for the Crusaders after the Thunder went up 9-zip. Berrien short. Nice fight for the rebound there by Prowl. Reynolds attacks too strong, follows his miss. Being hounded by the little guys, he'll get it out to Prowl. Harris, top of the key. Scott rims in the triple. So Scott with 5. Back-to-back 9-0 runs have us tied. Inside 7 to go here in this opening quarter. Attacking is Gary. He gives his team the lead back on his second field goal. Gary's got 4, 11-9 Thunder. Harris to Prowl, and Prowl will score. So the Crusaders starting to, of course, Scott hit that 3 moments ago, but starting to attack the basket with more success. Tied at 11 now. Here's Knox over to Rogers for 3, an air ball rebound by Prowl. Harris into the forecourt. Drives in on a double team. Prowl is open. He'll shoot the 3. They want him to. And he clanks it. Berrien the board. Berrien. Hop step to the bucket. Yes. Leon Berrien's got 5. Ryan Scott's got 5. Thunder up 13-11. Just past the midway point here in the first quarter of the Southern Conference Championship. Harris again attacking the bucket. The Crusaders. DeJuan Harris averaging 31 a game. Hasn't played a lot, but when he has been money for the Crusaders. Rogers to the hoop. The reverse is short. Prowl another rebound. Throw ahead by Whitfield, and the layup by Reynolds. Cornelius Reynolds has 4. First lead of the game for the Crusaders. Knox attacks. Knox blocked on the double pump. Got it back, though. Knox surveys against the trees and is fouled. Former Morris College player. Demetrius Knox off the bench, averaging 21.6 per game. We got a timeout, 5:02 left to go. The Crusaders, after a slow start, with a 2-point lead. Welcome back, everybody. Well, these two teams have played a lot in recent history, but the Thunder have had the upper hand. Carolina Thunder have won 7 of the last 8 against the Crusaders, but the lone win for the Crusaders came in the 2019 playoffs. It was a 145-138 victory to knock the Thunder out. But the Thunder have controlled the recent history between these two teams. Other than that, they've won 7. A reach on Gary, who was on his way to the bucket, so Crusaders preventing the fast break. Gary will come out. Matthew Todd checking in, 13 a game off the bench. Former Francis Marion player, good D2 program in the PD in Florence. Also, Kenny Wayne Jackson has come on for the Thunder. Rogers has it on the wing. Over to Todd, and he triples. Matthew Todd checks in and buries a 3 ball to put his team back up by 1, 16-15. Stone with the turnaround hook. That's an air ball. Wayne Jackson for 3. Nope. Here is Scott. Scott Scoops it up and in. No resistance there defensively for the Thunder. Ryan Scott's got 7 of the 17, and it's a 1-point lead for the Crusaders. It's Berrien directing traffic. Jackson now on the elbow. Looking to back down the big guy, Stone. Swings it out instead. Todd. Back-to-back triples for Matthew Todd, who's got 6 quick ones off the bench. Thunder by 2, 19-17, 3:29 to go here in quarter number 1. Ryan Scott. Turnaround shot by Harris, but before that, we got a foul, I believe, on the floor. So they'll put the shot clock at 14. And are they going to give him free throws? Okay, so it was a defensive, illegal defense, defensive 3 in the key. So a technical foul by Rob Whitfield. And the Crusaders will keep possession in a 1-point game, 19-18. Scott out deep. Here's Harris, left wing. Todd gave him some space, then came the recover. Now it's back to Harris. Harris falling away with the shot clock winding down. Kenny Wayne Jackson with the rebound. Knocks into the forecourt for the Thunder. Spinning, kicks it out Rogers, fakes the 3. Calling for it in the corner was Berrien. He'll attack, and he's going to be called for the offensive foul as Stone took the charge. Ella Fayette Stone will go to the bench as Tim Fortenberry checks in. Former NAIA player at Bryan College. Harris top of the key. Harris attacks. Reynolds swings it out to Fortenberry. Steps inside the arc. Short on the jumper. Tipped for the rebound. And Knox has it. Then he's fouled. 19-18. Relatively low scoring first quarter for both teams. Carolina Thunder came in averaging 134 points per game. That's second best in the ECBL. Carolina Crusaders at 120. Slow start. Here's Berrien, cut off at the free throw line. Todd hit a couple three-pointers. Jackson, second effort, gets it to go. So Kenny Wayne Jackson scores, and the lead is 3 for the Thunder. Carolina Thunder scored the first 9 points in this game. The Crusaders followed with a 9-0 run of their own, and it's been back and forth since that time. Ryan Scott out to Fortenberry. Back to Scott. Scott the reverse. Yes.
Ryan Scott. 2.
Berrien into the forecourt. Inside 2 to play here in the quarter. Rogers is fouled on the floor. That bucket will not count. Patrell Rogers played at SC State. Former D1 player. So 16 on the shot clock. Thunder by 1. And Knox to inbound. Rogers spinning. Backing down Alexander, and he's going to beat him. So Patrell Rogers with 2 more to his total. He's got 4 now. Lead back to 3 for the Thunder. Say it 3 times fast. Whitfield out deep. Whitfield backing down Knox. Misses it. Jackson the rebound. Berrien pushes it into the forecourt. Berrien hesitates, attacks, scores. Berrien's up to 7. 25-20 Thunder. Minute 5 to go here in the first quarter. Stepping into a 3 and bricking it is Harris. Matthew Tom with the rebound. Rogers now inside a minute to play here in the opening quarter. Rogers, the dipsy-do, couldn't get it, but follows his miss and scores. Patrell Rogers with 6. Back to 7 for the Thunder. This is the thing for the Crusaders when you're playing such a good offensive team. You need your guys to stay with it offensively. You can't let up these big runs here. Crusaders come up empty again. Jackson for three. Kenny Wayne Jackson, just a 26% three-point shooter, helps the Thunder out to their biggest lead now at 10. Trying to answer back. That three way off by Jalen Alexander. 6 seconds to work with. Todd pull-up three. Yes! Matthew Todd will finish the quarter with 9 points. And the Thunder tear it up down the stretch and take a 13-point lead to the bench. Look at this pull-up. Plenty of time on the clock, but Matthew Todd feeling good about himself. We've played 12 minutes here in the Southern Conference Finals. 33-20, Thunder with the lead. Second quarter underway. Thunder go on a tear, leading by 13. So nice close to the quarter. Crusaders start the quarter strong, though, with a turnaround bucket by Prowl. He's got 6 points. Matthew Todd came off the bench, hit 3 3-pointers. He's got 9 in the game. Ryan Scott for the Crusaders also with 9, so they're tied for the lead in the game. Deion Berrien with 7 first quarter points for the Thunder. Kenny Wayne Jackson off the bench with 5. Petrell Rogers has 6. Titus Gary with 4 for the Thunder. I mentioned Ryan Scott's 9. Quan Prowl up to 6. Reynolds with 4. 2 for Harris, 1 for Whitfield. That's the scoring for the Crusaders. But just 22 on the board so far for the Crusaders. Going to have to do better than that against this offensive power, the Carolina Thunder. Scott, nice attacking move to the bucket. First player in the game in double figures is Ryan Scott. He's got 11. It's a 9-point game. Berrien for 3 off the back iron. Tip for the rebound. Reynolds chases it down for the Crusaders. It's the PD, the Carolina Thunder, against the Midlands, the Crusaders. What a play there on the reverse. Jalen Alexander, first bucket for him. Averages just under 22 points per game. And the Thunder want to talk about it as the Crusaders looking sharp to start this second quarter. Thunder still leading by 7, though. We'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. Thunder with the basketball, leading by 7 out of the timeout. Mason back in. Turnaround shot by him is no good, so DJ Mason yet to scratch. Harris gets it down to the cutter Reynolds, who scores. 6 points for Reynolds, and 13-point lead cut down to 5 just like that. Catch and shoot. Gary for 3, yes. Gary's got 7. 10th leading scorer in the ECBL, Titus Gary, 28.5. Here's Alexander. Around 2 defenders, swings it out to the open mid-range shot for Quan Prowl. Todd, corner 3. Yes. Matthew Todd feeling it. He's got 12, 4 3-pointers. And I believe he's 4 for 5 from behind the arc. Prowl for 3. No. Rebound controlled by Berrien. Knox will attack. Back out to Berrien. Knox to Todd. Same spot. Not that time. Offensive rebound by Berrien. Got a size mismatch, and he scores. Dion Berrien with 9. Lead to 11. Alexander out of control. Too strong on the shot. Gary into the forecourt. Gary hesitates, attacks, and he's fouled. Fouled before the shot. Fortenberry going to check back into the game for the Crusaders. And Alexander will come out. Fortenberry. Deep look at it for Gary. It goes in and out. Set the 5. It's Fortenberry and Reynolds with Prowl. Scott, who misses the 3, and Harris. That's the Crusaders. It's right now Todd and Mason with Knox, Gary, and Williams for the Thunder. Matthew Todd putting on a show and just destroyed my broadcast. So the score is off. Thanks a lot, Matthew. Just completely took out my scoreboard. So I'll keep you updated until we get a timeout. That 3 no good by Knox. Knox follows his shot. (46-30), 16-point lead for the Thunder. We've got 8:13 left to go. That ball was last touch. Looks like somebody for the Crusaders might have lost their contact lens. Well, we can kind of get the score back while they do that. So are they going to make a sub here? Reynolds is the one who had trouble and lost his contact lens. Hey, Matthew Todd just apologized. Listen, man, when you're feeling hot, you're feeling hot. It's okay. We got the score back. But I appreciate Matthew Todd for apologizing. Oh, that's going to be a foul on a 3 there as Williams made contact with Jordan. So 8:03 left to go. That's going to send Demetrius Jordan to the free throw line. 76% free throw shooter on the season. Connects on the first one, so Jordan off the bench with his first point. Former player at Livingstone. Second one's good. And Jordan gets all 3. So big free throws there for the Crusaders. Thunder leading, though, by 13 points. Here's Gary out deep now. It's Knox. Fortenberry on him. It looks like a little bit of a zone here maybe for the Crusaders as Gary attacks, had it blocked. The big guy Stone is back in the game. Harris running the point for most of the evening so far. Swings it out, and the three is good on the catch and shoot by Jordan. So Jordan got it from the free throw line in a mini 6-0 run of his own. It's 46-36. Knox to the hoop, shows the ball, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound out to Todd. Todd steps left, can he get another one? Yes! Matthew Todd is rolling, ladies and gentlemen. He's got 18 first half points, and we got another foul as the Thunder are up 13. Look at this triple. Well, I don't think we're going to have time to run it back here, as it'll be an inbound here for the Crusaders. Let's try anyways. Matthew Todd, what a half. He's like this corner, as you can see him step left there and bury yet another triple. So Matthew Todd, 6 3-pointers in this opening half. One camera broken. And a 12-point lead now, as I believe they changed that to a 2. So 48-36, the correct score on your screen. Harris contested jumper. It's off. Quarles another board. Titus Gary surveys as he brings it across the timeline into the forecourt. Todd will try it from the right side now. In and out. The two that he's missed have both gone in and out. Driving now is Harris. He attacks a wild shot out of control. Nice job by Williams not to foul. He'll try to reward himself. Had it swatted away by Reynolds. Bounce passes it to Harris and lays it in for 2. 4 points for DeJuan Harris. It's a 10-point game again. Carolina Thunder have led by as many as 16. Williams out deep. They're looking for Mason. Couldn't get it. Todd now with the fake. Todd recovers and buries it. This time it's a 2. Matthew Todd has 20. Another former Francis Marion player. Lead is 12 now for the Thunder. Harris takes it left of the lane. Fortenberry top of the key for 3. Swish. 32% three-point shooter, Fortenberry. And the lead is single digits now at 50-41. We're nearing 5.5 left to go in this opening half. DJ Mason, nice roll. That is a beautiful roll. Teammate found him. Lead back to 11 for the Thunder. Whitfield top of the key. Rims in a 3. Rob Whitfield from downtown. Good three-point shooter at 37%. It's an 8-point game. Thunder led by as many as 16 thanks to this man, Matthew Todd, who's got 20, and make it 22. Whitfield into the forecourt. 4:47 to go. Whitfield for 3. No. Quarles collects. Gary runs into a brick wall. No whistle. But Quarles, as Fortenberry threw it away, picks his pocket. Gary for 3 from the corner. Yes. Titus Gary's in double figures. He's got 10. 57-44 Thunder. Nice crossover by Harris, who goes to the hoop. Harris has 6. Gary, Todd's defender fell down. Mid-range shot. And when you're feeling good, those are the kind of rolls you get. Matthew Todd's got 24 in the first half. How about this Fortenberry can't get the three, but the Thunder have 59 on the board. There's still 3:41 to go in the half. Mason goes behind his back, attacks the hoop, missed it short, tipped for the rebound. Fortenberry has it for the Crusaders, and he's fouled by Williams on the reach. Timeout on the court. We're going to step aside a track meet. The Thunder with 59 on the board. They lead the Crusaders by 13. We'll take time. .333 left to play here in this opening half, this 2022 ECBL Southern Conference Finals. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Crusaders with the basketball. They trail by 13 points, 59-46. Whitfield, Ryan Scott back in the game. Prowl has come back in. Prowl loses it out of bounds. Jordan stays out there. And who am I missing? I think I missed Reynolds. There's some debate about who touched it last. They're going to keep it with the Crusaders. So that's a 5 on the floor for the Carolina Crusaders. For the Thunder, Matthew Todd remains out there. Gary, Quarles, Berrien, and somebody else. Rogers. I knew I was missing Petrell Rogers. Another foul is called, so Ryan Scott going to go to the line as the Thunder are over the limit. 5th team foul. Ryan Scott in double figures. He's got a dozen now. This is a Crusaders team. They started 4-1. They were 7-2 at one point. Really stumbled down the stretch. They lost 5 straight to close the regular season, but then won a big game. They blew out the primetime players, 125-103. From what I've seen, not ideal circumstances for either team, but Matthew Todd, heat check, he got fouled. And Matthew Todd's going to go to the line for 3 free throws. Todd has 24 points in this opening half, and we still have 2:59 to go. Matthew Todd on the season, a 75% free throw shooter. So 25 and a half with 2 more free throws to come now for Matthew Todd. Trying to complete the trifecta here. And he does. 27 and a half, Matthew Todd. What a performance here in the conference finals. Ryan Scott off on the 3. Skying for the rebound was Berrien. Berrien and Knox both average just over 6 rebounds a game. They're 11th and 12th in rebounding in the ECBL for the Thunder. The Thunder, very good rebounding team. A correction, those are assists. This is why you don't have to worry about me ever being on national TV, as Petrell Rogers goes to the hoop and the foul. Those were assists. So Berrien averages 6.2 assists, Knox 6.1. They're 11th and 12th in that category, not in rebounding. The Thunder 25.1 assists per game. They're 4th best in the ECBL. So Thunder matches their biggest lead now. It's 16, 64 to 48, as we have another whistle on the Crusaders. Whitfield. Kenny Wayne Jackson has come back in. Ryan Scott, don't want to leave him open. They get lucky there, though, as Jackson outlets it ahead to Gary. Far side, it's Rogers. So Matthew Todd is out of the game right now with his 27. Rogers crossing over and burying a contested triple. So Rogers goes into double figures. He's got 11. 67 on the board for the Thunder as their lead has grown to 19. It's their biggest. Rogers into the forecourt. Rogers to the elbow. Pull up, no. Quarles tried to bat it in. Volleyball style. Reynolds had it poked from behind. Here comes Berrien. Quarles back to Berrien. Berrien for 3. Scott had the rebound. Whitfield. Nobody on prowl. The back door was open. 67-50 as we go inside a minute to play here in this opening half. We'll take a 10-minute halftime break, by the way, once we're done with the half. A deep look for Jackson off the back iron. Here comes Whitfield. Alley-oop is off to the left. Berrien throws it ahead now to Rogers. Rogers' contested shot, no good. He had Gary open right near us, and Gary was asking for it. Catch and shoot 3 is good by Ryan Scott. Not a surprise. He's having another good first half. 17 for him. It's a 14-point lead. Last shot time now for the Thunder. Carolina Thunder lead by as many as 19. Oh, what a dime there by Gary. That was a beautiful dime. Answering right back, though, is Whitfield. And at the buzzer, that 3 will be off. But the Carolina Thunder go to the halftime with a 14-point advantage. They led by as many as 19. Unselfish basketball is championship basketball. Look at this dime by Titus Gary right to Jackson for 2. And it's all Thunder here in the Southern Conference Finals. We'll step aside for the half, be back in about 10 minutes with all the second half action. Don't go too far. Welcome back to Rock Hill, South Carolina, Legion Collegiate Academy, this 2022 East Coast Basketball League Southern Conference Finals. As the second half is underway, it's Carolina against Carolina, and the Thunder with the upper hand right now. 69-55, leading scorer in the first half. Matthew Todd went off for the Thunder. He had 27 points in the game. Also in double figures, Petrell Rogers with 11, 10 for Titus Gary III. Kenny Wayne Jackson with 7, a couple points apiece for Quarles, Knox, and Mason, and a 9 for Dion Berrien. Those are the scorers in the first half as Mason can't connect on the triple. For the Crusaders, no shock, Ryan Scott leading the way with 17 points. Also in double figures, Quan Prowl had 10 in the first half. 6 points apiece for Harris, Whitfield, Reynolds, and Jordan. 3 for Fortenberry, 2 for Alexander. And that's the scoring in the first half. 69-55. Both teams started offensively rather slow, but as you can see, the scoring really picked up as that second half went on. And as I mentioned, Matthew Todd did most of his damage from downtown en route to 27 in that first half. Teams coughing it up here in the first minute. Neither team scratching as Harris brings it into the forecourt. Pull up from the elbow, in and out. Rebound controlled by Mason. Winner of this game plays Petersburg, the Cavaliers, in their first Southern Championship game. That will take place next Saturday, right back here at Legion Collegiate, as Rogers was fouled. Petersburg has never won their conference, although they've been to the finals a bunch of times. Same is true for the Thunder. Carolina Thunder, last year they lost to Prime Time in the conference finals. 2019 they lost to these Crusaders in the first round. 2018 they lost to Prime Time in the conference finals. And then 2017 they lost in the ECBL championship game to Prime Time. So trying to get back to the championship game for the first time since 2017. Remember, 2020, there was no playoffs. The season was shut down about 3 weeks in. Ryan Scott being chased, scoops it to Harris. Looking to get it to the cutter Reynolds, and it's deflected out by the Thunder. With still 8 to shoot for the Crusaders. Carolina Crusaders from Columbia. Thunder from that PD area. Basically that one part of 95 that's kind of not as bad as the southern part of 95. That's where these guys are around. Right before the North Carolina border, that area. Here's Berrien. Quarles. Gary on the right wing. Gary got tripped up. 9:39 left to go here in this third quarter. We're just underway in the second half. The Thunder at 12-3. Carolina Crusaders finished at 7-7. Crusaders won against Coastal Elite in the first round. Primetime players in the second round. The Thunder knocked off a very good Charlotte team in the semis. Harris to Reynolds, who attacks. He's fouled. So Cornelius Reynolds will go to the line. This is going to be the first time ever in ECBL history that we'll have a brand new champion. The Primetime Players won all, even going back to the Tobacco Road Basketball League, which is basically just an extension of the ECBL under different owners. But that league eventually fell apart after most of the teams that founded the original inaugural season of the ECBL actually left the Tobacco Road Basketball League, but Primetime won that league 3 years in a row. Oh, Titus Gary couldn't get the friendly spin. Here come the Crusaders. Nice cut, nice run and gun, fast break. That's how you get back into it. Make sure it's a one and done on the other end. Get out and run. We saw in our first game the Cavaliers and the Hickory Hoyas both came from 14 points down. Today's game, the way that it's played, with all of the three-point shooting and the pace of play, you're never really out of it. Rob Whitfield buries a three. He's got 9 points now. So what was a 19-point lead for the Thunder is down to 9, 71-62, 8:19 left to go. Thunder want to talk about it. We'll step aside as well. That's who I am, Chris Sheeman. Glad to be with you here this evening. They alley-oop it for Quarles out of the timeout. Come up empty. Quarles was looking for a foul. Now here's Harris for the Crusaders. It was a 19-point lead for the Thunder late in the first half, and Crusaders have cut 10 points off of that. We're about 4 minutes into this third period. 71-62, another foul called on the Thunder. Matthew Todd has come in off the bench to start out of the timeout. There's a wet spot out on the court, so they were set to inbound. They're going to clean that up. Looks like it's okay, though, so we're back to action. Here's Scott on the wing. Nice job by Rogers to stay with them. Swung out to Harris. Harris tiptoes. Whitfield corner three, no good. Coming over the back. What a nice play by Reynolds to get it to Prowl, who scores. So Prowl has a dozen, and the lead is 7. Berrien from Gary. They're looking for Quarles, and Reynolds read it. Came up with the steal. Whitfield in the corner. Down low, it's Prowl. Nice defense that time by the Thunder. Nice crossover by Gary as he goes right to the hoop and scores. Titus Gary with 12. The lead is 9 again. 73-64. Pull-up is short. Following his miss, Whitfield, though. Extra possession now. Scott for 3. Yes. Ryan Scott has 20. It's a 6-point game. Berrien to the hoop, can't answer. Rebound controlled by the Crusaders. And then a foul. The hustle plays right now have gone to Reynolds for the Crusaders. Cornelius Reynolds has done a nice job to get those hustle plays for his team. He also has 10 points today. Now Lafayette Stone has come back in for the Crusaders. Kenny Wayne Jackson on him right now in the front court as Scott directs traffic. Cross court to Harris. Harris putting on the moves. He got hit, smacked in the face. So bucket no good, but DeJuan Harris is going to go to the free throw line. Chance to maybe cut it to 5 or 4 here.
Matthew Todd's first.
Harris, 78% free throw shooter. Rims in the first one. Got them both. So Harris has 8 on the night, and it's a 4-point game. Thunder led by 19 at one point. Catch and shoot. No, I thought Rogers was going to pull up. Now he does. The mid-range is no good. Jackson out to Todd for 3. Missed that one short. Scott chases down the rebound. Reynolds swings it out. Whitfield for 3, no good. Here comes Berrien. And Berrien fouled by Harris.
Foul number 3, Harris.
We're going to get a timeout as we're just past the midway point here in quarter number 3. We got ourselves a ball game again. The Crusaders coming back. Thunder still lead, though, by 4. Welcome back, everybody. Thunder with the basketball. They lead by 4, and a turnover out of the timeout. Miscommunication between Mason and Berrien. So Thunder in a bit of a funk right now. Crusaders trying to come back from 19 down. Pull up by Harris is no good. Knox throws it ahead. Rogers is fouled on his way to the hoop. So fouls starting to rack up for the Crusaders.
That's 5 team fouls.
And in fact, they have put the Thunder in the bonus with still
45 is team
almost half of this third quarter still to be played. So that could benefit the Thunder, who haven't had it on the offensive end. They're going to get some free throws now down the stretch here in this third quarter. Petrell Rogers, 13 points here today, 78% free throw shooter. Former SC State player down in Orangeburg. Rogers has 15 now. Scott into the forecourt. They're running guys at him, and looks like the scoreboard's going in and out a bit. That has happened the last couple of times that we've been here. I think the last time when it happened pretty consistently like it just did there, it's an issue with a loose wire. So fingers crossed. We didn't have any problems in the first game, but I think they want to check the time on the clock because the time on the clock ran a little bit. So Ryan Scott's up to 20 for the Crusaders. Matthew Todd still has 27. All of those were in the first half to lead all scorers. So I think they're going to replay this possession here. No, they have Knox at the free throw line. Was a technical foul called on the Crusaders? Everybody's kind of crowded around the scorer's table. But at some point there was a technical foul called on the Crusaders. And that's going to send Knox to the free throw line. I believe it was a technical. That's the only reason why there would be a a free throw here. All we saw was an issue with the clock. Ah, okay. So there was a technical foul basically for a uniform violation. Wearing jewelry in his nose is what they explained to us. That is new. Dennis Rodman would have been in some trouble. Dennis Rodman had jewelry everywhere. Here's Ryan Scott off a screen, rims it in. Scott up to 23. It's a 4-point game again. I mean, I had never heard of that before. Rogers pull up, can't get it. Oh, Jackson, too strong. Tip for the rebound, chasing it down is Mason. Thunder have a third crack at it here with momentum on the side of the Crusaders right now. Berrien will hoist. Yes. Dion Berrien with 12. Scott again off a screen. This time it's a screen and roll. Oh, Lord, look out. No way I'm taking that charge. Stone was already called for the violation. No way I'm taking that charge. That's a man who wants to win a championship right there, ladies and gentlemen. Get out the way. And an obvious wet spot out on the floor has us held up. So 4:39 left to go here in this third quarter. Carolina Thunder have been able to hold off this charge by the Crusaders. Thunder have led by as many as 19 in this game. Crusaders have gotten it around 3-4 points, but right now, Thunder with the basketball leading by 7. Rogers, nice fake. Wild shot, though. Rebound by Prowl. Scott throws it ahead. It was tipped, but it comes to Alexander. Jackson collects on the rebound off the miss. Nice crossover by Knox. Knox, alley-oop, and the reverse no good by Rogers. Staying with it, though, is Berrien, and he'll lay it up. It's gotten a little here in this third quarter. We got a 9-point game. The Crusaders are going to call timeout, and I think that probably benefits everybody right now. 81-72. Thunder by 9. We'll be back. .406 left to go here in the third quarter of the Southern Conference Finals. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. Checking the basketball right now. And I think they might be switching it. It's been a ragged third quarter. The play's been ragged. The Somebody was called for a technical foul for having a nose ring or something. It's been odd. It always is, but I'm always surprised for some reason by the oddities of semi-pro basketball. Anyways, we're back to action now. The Crusaders have worked themselves back in this game here in the third quarter. Thanks in part to Ryan Scott, his 23 points. He's got the basketball here on the wing. He's going to hoist over Rogers. Couldn't get it to go. Berrien the board. Berrien directing Jackson to the post. Berrien backing down his man who fell down. And Berrien scores. 16 now for Dion. Lead back to double digits for the Thunder now. It's 11. Harris. Cut off in the trees. Gets it to the cutter. Reynolds. They're going to count it. Count it and the foul. So Cornelius Reynolds with the big bucket. Chance for an old school three-point play now. He's got a dozen. Came in averaging 8.5. So old school three-point play complete. Reynolds with a baker's dozen, 8-point game. Knox gets it to Berrien in the front court. Now Mason into the lane, out to Jackson. Jackson, woo! Playing loose with that pivot foot. Here is Knox. Floats it up off the back iron, follows his miss. Still can't get it to go. Rebound fought for, and it's out of bounds off Mason, they say. So Crusaders will get it back, down 8. Harris on the far side. Harris gets it back now from Prowl. Shot clock at 8. Alexander. Nice bounce pass, and we got free throws to come as Reynolds was hit. Thunder looking for a charge before the shot, but Reynolds is at the free throw line here. Good on that first one. So Reynolds been getting it done from the free throw line today. He was 0-4 coming in limited trips to the free throw line during the regular season. Chance for his 15th point here, and he gets it. 83-77. 6-point lead for the Thunder, who have led for most of the game. They came out with the first 9 points in the game. Crusaders answered with a 9-0 run of their own. Then it was back and forth until the Thunder made a charge, thanks in part to Matthew Todd, who had 27 points in the first half. Led by as many as 19. The third quarter's been a little sloppy for the Thunder. And credit the Crusaders' defense. They have really picked up. Nice footwork there by Prowl, who's having a good game with 14. So the lead is down to 4. Mason, the reverse, can't get it to go, and the Thunder are ice cold right now. Harris to Alexander, back to Harris, sends it to the right side, 3 in and out by Reynolds. Offensive rebound, ball back to him from Whitfield, no good again on the 3, and Berrien collects. The clock is not moving right now. We're stuck on 1:13. I don't think anybody kind of recognizes it. Nobody's seen it or they would have stopped play. Shot clock at 7 for Jackson, who can't get the 3 to go, and it's put back up and in by Knox before the shot clock expired. And that clock is not right. It looks like we might have gotten some bonus basketball. I don't think anybody's recognized that. Dennis is going to go over now and talk about it. We should be well under a minute because it was like 1:16 when that possession started, and they ran it all the way down. That shot clock was all the way down, so we should be below a minute. Roughly 56 seconds is what I would guess. That's just my guess. They're going to talk about it, though, at the scorer's table. So Matthew Todd still leading the game with 27 points. He's been silenced here in this third quarter. Hasn't really played a whole lot. Dion Berrien with 16 now. Petrell Rogers with 15. Titus Gary with 12. So 47 seconds. I was even off there. So 2-for-1 time for the Crusaders for sure here with 47 on the clock. Prowl to the hoop. Playing well now with 16, double his season average. 8-second difference, game and shot clock now. Berrien, almost went into the backcourt there. Had to be real careful. Another alley-oop try for Quarles, and it came up short. Crusaders can hold for the final shot if they want. Prowl, triple teamed. Prowl had it poked away. It's going to go out of bounds with 4/10 on the clock. So enough time for a catch and shoot here, but you got to be quick if you're the Crusaders, and Harris will inbound it here. Might be looking for a tip. Let's see how this play develops with 4/10. The ball is wet again. The Thunder have just 16 points in the quarter. They put up 69 in the first half. But their offense has really cooled off here in this third quarter. All right, good to go now. Harris to inbound. Fortenberry gets it off in time, but it's an air ball. So a 26-16 third quarter for the Carolina Crusaders puts them right back in contention in this game. We got a 4-point game going into the fourth. We'll be back with more Southern Conference Finals action. Fourth quarter is next. Welcome back to Rock Hill, everybody. The Southern Conference Finals heads into the fourth quarter, and still a lot to be decided. Carolina Thunder just 16 points in that third period. Outscored by 10 by the Crusaders. So we got a 4-point game. Quarles has it top of the key. It's Quarles and Williams with Mason, Berrien, and Knox. That's the 5 right now for the Thunder. Tough move to the bucket by Whitfield, who scores. Rob Whitfield in double figures now with 11. Quarles will shoot a 3. That's not really his game, but the putback, nobody boxed out Williams. Jarvis Williams scores his first 2. So Whitfield on the floor with Harris, Fortenberry, Prowl, and Alexander. That's the 5 now for the Crusaders, excuse me. Thunder, Mason spins in, the scoop is good. DJ Mason, just his second field goal, came in averaging 23 and 12. Here's Whitfield on the wing. Whitfield, contested shot, got it to go, and it's a triple for Rob Whitfield. Williams, Quarles, Berrien on the left. Guarded by Alexander, Berrien the step back, yes, from the baseline. Nice bucket by Berrien, who's now got 18. Turning on the Jets, it's Harris. Count it, and the foul. Harris in double figures with 10. Chance for an old school three-point play. So Berrien connects. Now Harris trying to answer. 78% free throw shooter, and he will complete an old school three-point play. He's got 11 now. It's a 2-point game. Gary back in the game. Knox top of the key. Williams back to Knox. Here's Mason with 2 on the shot clock. Jackson was able to get it off but missed it short. Might have been held. Corner 3 by Whitfield. No. Offensive rebound by Prowl. Swings it out. Catch and shoot 3, no good by Alexander, and that ball's going out of bounds, and they're saying it's off the Thunder. So it'll stay with the Crusaders. Crusaders haven't led. Now they changed the call. So they got together and discussed, and they change it. Trell Rogers going to come into the game for Jarvis Williams, who goes out. Now Berrien's going to come back in too, and it looks like Kenny Wayne Jackson will go to the bench. Knox bounce pass to Gary. Crusaders in a zone here. Gary from deep. It's just been the opposite second half for the Thunder, who were scorching offensively in that first half. Harris with a step back, no. Another offensive rebound by Prowl, and he's going to go to the line with an opportunity to tie this ball game. Quan Prowl, 86% free throw shooter. Guy who played at Auburn. Missed it short. So 1 out of 2. Prowl has 17. 91-90. This is Rogers. Mason. The flip shot is an air ball. Running and gunning the Crusaders. Alexander had to save it, and it's batted out. Last touch by the Thunder. This is all happening with Ryan Scott on the bench. Another foul called here as Alexander got tripped up. Quan Prowl, by the way, he played in the G League briefly with the Stampede. That was an Idaho team that's no longer in the G League. He started at Furman, I believe, and then went to Auburn. He's from Montgomery. A lot of depth in this ECBL. Boy, the Crusaders have fought so hard in this second half. They can't quite complete the comeback. Let's see now if they can. Here comes Whitfield to the hoop. Yes! And the Crusaders have come from 19 down to take a 1-point lead. We've played 4 minutes and change here in this fourth quarter. Jackson can't get it to go. I can't believe the Thunder. First of all, where is Matthew Todd? Second of all, how do you not call a timeout in this situation? This has just been a miserable second half. And the big guy, Quan Prowl, is going back to the free throw line. So he left Auburn back in the 07-08 season, played overseas in Germany, Argentina, and as I mentioned, also played for the Idaho Stampede in the G League for one season. That was back in 2014-2015. He's going to go shoot some free throws when we come back. The Crusaders, owned in the second half, have come back to take a 1-point lead. Welcome back, everybody. So Quan Prowl at the free throw line now. In and out on that first one. Matthew Todd is back in the game for the Thunder. 27 in the first half. He's played sparingly here in the second half. 18 now for Prowl, and it's a 2-point lead for the Crusaders. Trying to make a trip to their first Southern Championship game. Berrien, here's Todd, contested three, got it again. So Matthew Todd remains hot. He's up to 30, and the Thunder are back up by 1. Ryan Scott has also come back in for the Crusaders. So the main offensive weapons are all out there for the final 7 minutes of this one. Harris for the Crusaders, cut off. Quick trigger three by Whitfield, no good. Flying in Reynolds, and Jackson able to gather, but that's the hustle we've seen today from Cornelius Reynolds. Guy doing all those little things out there for the Crusaders. Todd! Here comes Whitfield now. 2 defenders down. Numbers for the Crusaders. Whitfield throws a bad pass. Harris recovers. Out to Scott. Scott for 3. In and out. Todd collects the rebound. Boy, we've had 2 very tight fourth quarters. The Cavaliers pulled away late against Hickory, so Petersburg won our first game, but it was tight down the stretch. Titus Gary. Rogers, shot clock at 2. Got to get it off. Jackson does and scores. Good use of the shot clock there by the Thunder. 96-93. The The team from the PD is back up by 3. Reynolds up top. Reynolds backing down, and that's going to be a travel. Pulled the seat out from under him. Titus Gary with a nice move. You don't see that too much anymore. It used to be a popular play. Looks like we're going to get another stoppage. 5:52 left to go. We are past the midway point here in the final quarter in a tight one. We'll be back. .552 left to go in the game. 96-93 Thunder. Trying to beat the Crusaders for the 8th time in their last 9 meetings. But that one win by the Crusaders in the last previous 8 games was in the playoffs in 2019. Crusaders get a stop out of the timeout. Now it's Whitfield, near side Harris. Reynolds driving on Todd, counted in the foul on the swipe. Cornelius Reynolds, an opportunity to tie the ball game with an old school 3-point play here. Thunderhead, 69 at the half. Just 27 points. Boy, the Crusaders have about a 3 or 4 point lead if they were knocking down the free throws. Free throw shooting has not been ideal. That's going to be an offensive foul, yeah. Charge there on Rogers. Thunder by 1. Crusaders a chance to go back up by 1 or 2. This is a Thunder team, as I've said, they've been in a lot of close games lately, and they've won them all, including the playoffs. They've won their last 6, 10 of their last 11, and 5 of the last 6 wins during this streak were by 6 points or less. So this is a Thunder team that is used to playing in competitive games down the stretch. The Crusaders put a beat down on the primetime players and Coastal Elite in the playoffs. Prior to that, they were reeling a little bit. They had lost 5 straight to close the regular season after a 7-2 start. Whitfield dribbling around the world. Here's Harris to the hoop. Cut off. Fortenberry, the runner, short, and Jackson has the rebound. Boy, they got the big guy, Kenny Wayne Jackson, in for rebounding purposes specifically. Attacking is Rogers, but a double dribble first. It's those little things, it's those mental errors. If you want to win a championship down the stretch, you got to keep your head about yourself and not do those little things that cost your team. Let's see if the Crusaders can capitalize and get the lead back now as Reynolds walks it up. Reynolds will attack, scoops it up and in. He's got 19. I mentioned all the little things he's doing. He's been scoring too. And the Crusaders by 1, 97-96. Berrien. Catch and shoot 3 by Rogers is no good. Berrien's got the offensive rebound. Titus Gary. Scoop, yes. What a hard-fought bucket by Gary. He's got 14. Back and forth we go. Reynolds again looking to go to work. He does. Attacks and scores. So Reynolds, 21 now. Ryan Scott's got 23. Crowell's got 18. Leaders for the Crusaders, who go back up by 1. Matthew Todd, they are running at him. He is shooting it anyways. Couldn't get it to go, but the offensive rebound by Rogers gives his team the lead back. That's the 5th lead change in the last 90 seconds. 100-99. Reynolds again. He's going to attack again, too strong. Todd the rebound. And Titus Gary says, slow down, everybody, as he brings it up one-on-one against Harris. Inside 3 minutes to play here in the Southern Conference Finals. Gary to the hoop. Gary over 2 defenders, draws contact. And Titus Gary will go to the line. Pretty good free throw shooter, 75% this year, Titus Gary. Oh, he misses them both. Big misses there for the Thunder. 2:47 to go. Here's Scott. Nice pass out to Harris, who fakes the 3, drives in the trees, comes up short. Tip for the rebound, it's batted out. Ryan Scott tips it ahead. Now he'll fire the 3, no good. Another offensive rebound. Well done by Whitfield, who one-armed it out to Harris. Harris back out to Whitfield. Reward the man, and he does. Rob Whitfield for 3. Whitfield's got 19. 6th lead change in the last 3 minutes. 102-100, Crusaders. Here's Berrien. Rogers up top. Now Gary. The big guy, Jackson, can't get it to go. Harris into the forecourt, inside 2 to go. Harris is guarded by Quarles. Quarles trying to pick his pocket, and that's going to be a backcourt violation. Boy, one of the best defenders in the league, Daniel Quarles, leading shot blocker in the league at 3 a game, 8th leading rebounder at 13.2 a game. But also does those little things like that to force those turnovers. The officials are talking about something. I was looking down at my notes. I'm not quite sure what the issue is here. So we're stopped here for some reason with 1:42 left to go. So it's a technical foul. You can't have jewelry on? Wow. All right, so that was another technical foul. And this time it's on the Thunder for jewelry, apparently. I'm telling you all, Dennis Rodman would have been in trouble in the East Coast Basketball League. I'd never heard that before. So, the free throw is good. And it will stay with the Thunder with 1:42 left to go. And the scoreboard went out as they inbounded it. I don't think they put the free throw. Yeah, now they do. So now the free throw has been counted. So 103-100, and we'll have to inbound it again. So here's Knox. Knox puts it up and in. Tough bucket there. Demetrius Knox has 7. It's a 1-point game. Harris. Gary stays with them. Harris trying to back him down. The turnaround is good. DeJuan Harris with a tough bucket there. 3-point lead again for the Crusaders. Minute 17 to go. Winner plays Petersburg next Saturday right back here in Rock Hill for the Southern Championship. Knox can't get it to go. Tip for the rebound. It's controlled by the Crusaders, and Harris says, slow down. We're a possession away from making it real difficult as we go inside a minute to go here in the Southern Championship. Southern Conference Championship, I should say. Reynolds attacks and scores. 2-possession game now as Reynolds scores again. He's got 23. Matches Ryan Scott for the team's lead. Gary can't get the 3 to go, and it's trouble right now if you're the Thunder. You got a foul here, and Corals will do just that and send Harris to the free throw line. Really just a tale of two halves, and credit the Crusaders, who trailed by as many as 19 in the first half, stayed with it, put together a great defensive plan in the locker room at the half. And they're 2 free throws away from not exactly locking the door, but certainly making it difficult. We got a timeout, 32 seconds left to go. We'll be back. Free throws for the Crusaders in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. So 32 seconds in a 5-point game. DeJuan Harris, who has 13 points today, 78% at the line, will shoot the free throws, and he misses the first. So either way, it's going to remain a 2-possession game here. The Thunder should have some timeouts to work with. Got to think about the 3. Matthew Todd is still on the bench. I got to think there's something wrong. Either he fouled out or he's hurt or something. He had 27 in the first half. He's got 30 for the game. And it looks like we got a timeout called here by the Thunder again to advance the basketball. So leading scorer in the game is Matthew Todd with those 30. 23 points each for Cornelius Reynolds and Ryan Scott to pace the Crusaders. Rob Whitfield also has 20 for the Crusaders. Quan Powell has 18 points. DeJuan Harris also in double figures with 14 points. Matthew Todd with those 30 I mentioned. Berrien has 18 points. Petrell Rogers for the Thunder with 17. Thunder got to think about the 3 here and then extending the game via the foul. Mason will hoist. It's an air ball. Corals will get it back to him, knowing they need the 3. And they throw it away as Whitfield comes up with the steal. And the Crusaders are a free throw away from advancing to the South Championship against Petersburg. Whitfield's had a good offensive day. As I mentioned, he's got 20. 2-possession game right now. Now it's 3-possession. Barring a foul on a 3, that is. So now, all you got to do for the Crusaders is just get out of the way. Do not foul. They come close there as Gary threw it up. But Scott gets the rebound, and the Crusaders and Petersburg, for the first time, will meet for the ECBL Southern Championship as the Crusaders win today 110-102. What a second half defensive performance for the Carolina Crusaders. Heartbreak for the Thunder, who led by as many as 19 in the first half. So the stage is set for next Saturday. Join us right back here on the ECBL YouTube channel for the Petersburg Cavaliers and Carolina Crusaders. We'll be back here in Rock Hill at 5 p.m. next Saturday. Once again, your final in the Southern Conference. The Crusaders win it 110-102. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll talk to you again.